The following content is for entertainment purposes only. All of the voices in this video and this disclaimer were generated using artificial intelligence and are not actual quotes of the persons depicted. This content is purely satirical and is in no way a political advertisement or contains any political bias. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello again, all of you amazing people on youtube.com/Broadway CJ97. I have awoken from my 2-month nap, and we, the Presidential Boys, are finally ready to bring you our newest series, Presidents Play Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke Edition. Hold the randomizer. I will say, though, I am quite disappointed with the graphics in this game. I was told that once we got to Generation 3 that this game wouldn't look like our editor could have made it, and he's actually an idiot.
Barack, can you please fucking remind me why we decided to let the demented fossil lead off the second half of Crystal and not stick with the order we established for the Elite Four? Bro actually slept for 2 months straight and is still sleepwalking somehow.
I'm sorry, Donald. I'll admit I had some faith that such a long break combined with not worrying about the election would make Biden even semi-competent, but apparently not. Oh well, I guess I'm going to have to do the intro as it feels like I do most episodes. Nothing ever changes, I suppose. Ahem. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Presidents Play Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. Alongside George Bush, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden, I am Barack Obama, and after winning our second Pokemon League together, we are now on our way back to
Hey, wait a minute,
Kanto.
where did Taft come from? And where did Miley go?
So much for getting through that intro without interruption. But to answer your question, George, I used my Super Saiyan powers to ride my bicycle to Cherry Grove City, swap out Miley for Taft at the Pokemon Center, and level them up to 45 all in the time it took to leave Professor Elm's lap. Did you guys forget I have powers too? I mean, I know I didn't have to use them during this run so far, but it's something that definitely needed to happen. We didn't have a team member that could use Fly, so unfortunately we needed to replace someone with a new team member that could.
Bro definitely used a save state and cheats right.
100% for sure he did that. Don't even let him try to fool us for a
Wow,
second.
Obama, that's so cool. I didn't know your powers were that strong.
Yeah, I truly am that incredible Joe. I also use my powers to guide you towards Ecruteak City so that you could get our level 45 encounter before we head back to Kanto. I don't remember exactly what Pokemon it's going to be based on when we heard its cry, but it should be a solid addition.
Biden's straight up gaslighting the living shit out of you. He actually was moving your fingers to fly here and walk into this tower. You only started actually playing when you walked into this building.
George, I don't see any propane-powered grills around here, so I don't know what he would be gaslighting, but this entire time I've been in complete control of this gameplay. What are you going to tell me next? That I've been a puppet with dementia and not really in charge these past 4 years?
Yes, Joe. Literally that.
Okay, sure, Donald, of course that's what's happening. What are you going to say next? That people are eating cats and dogs in Ohio? You're a riot bro. But you should be happy right now. With Taft on the team, you're not our fattest member anymore.
I'm not fat you walking mummy. I'm on the golf course every day, so I'm in fantastic shape. But I'm going to turn my anger to Obama for a minute. Why did it have to be Miley you took off the team? I bet it's because you were jealous of my incredible singing of flowers during the Elite Four.
I will give you credit, because I didn't know you had such an angelic voice, Donald. It was without a doubt the best rendition of the song I ever heard, and it's probably why Miley's version of the song got copyrighted and not your version. I mean, hell, it even dethroned the Biden from Game Producer 6's Universe's hit song Dick Shop, which topped the charts for 69 consecutive weeks. That's not an easy task to accomplish. But the real reason was we already had so many special attackers and I couldn't remove Mystery or Money Pit.
Oh, goddamn you for answering that like you were answering a debate question in 2008. I can't be mad at that reasoning, and I even have to thank you despite being pissed. That's really not easy to do. But yeah, I guess that makes sense, and God forbid we lose anybody, then Miley is right back in.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that happening while I'm playing with the least Donnie. I already lost my one team member for this entire series, and I don't plan on losing another. I mean, look at these bums having weak Pokemon in the 30s. They don't stand a chance against me.
It's not just going to be these guys, it's going to be the rest of the trainers we battle for the most part as well. Don't forget, other than the last 2 gym leaders in red, we're going to be battling Pokemon that are our level now for the most part or lower. I'm pretty sure every non-gym trainer, aside from the ones around the Seafoam Islands, all have equal level teams in the mid-30s. So if any of us lose any of our team members in Kanto, they get the fraud tag with no debate.
George is absolutely right. Now don't get me wrong, I love how Generation 2 lets you play in 2 regions and get 16 badges, but we have to call this trek into Kanto what it really is. It's a post-game victory tour until we get to the last 2 trainers, blue and red. All we're doing is walking through the region with no pushback since we have every hidden machine and hoping we get some great team additions with the Super Rod. All of those encounters will be in the 40s so they can join our team instantly. We might find a few legendaries even.
When we get that super rod that's going to open up a ton of encounters for us, we should have at least 5 back in Johto. Also, any route that has water, we have to go straight there for our encounter. Avoid the tall grass at all costs, boys.
Excuse me, do you even hear what you guys are saying? We already took one of our Hall of Fame members off the team this episode, and now you're thinking about taking more of them off? We need to get to Mount Silver with the team we have now. We got here because of the incredible efforts of Mystery Carrera, me too, Arnold and Money Pit. We need to honor them and finish the game with them as well. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves.
So I want to add an Onion Fairy or a Mewtwo with one of our Super Rod encounters. We have had troubles with that green bastard despite having drilled Peck, and Mewtwo is simply the top of S tier of legendaries in Gen 2. If we can pair them up with the team we have now, good game, had fun, no rematch.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe, but if a wild Mewtwo appears, I'm not going to say enjoy life in the PC to keep Carrera or Arnold, when their best moves are Extreme Speed and Dizzy Punch respectively. Like Herm Edwards said, you play to win the game. You have to make those tough calls to get the job done.
I'll ignore the fact that you just said we would even consider putting Arnold in the PC, but it's time to wake up Sleepy Joe. Red is going to have a team in the high 70s and his lead will be level 81. We need all the firepower we can get. End of story.
I'm just mortified that you all doubled down on that terrible belief. I, for one, am not here to have a team of mercenaries do the job for us. I want the job done by the friends we have had for 10 plus episodes. My little old heart can't stand to even talk about this anymore. It might just shut down.
Oh my God, is this finally the day that happens? I bought a top-of-the-line Canon 420 times zoom, 8K camera to record the exact moment where Joe draws his last breath on this earth.
Shut up, Donald. I'm going to ask you for the URL for where you found that camera later, but we aren't preying on Joe's demise in the first video after our break. And Joe, don't get me wrong, I can definitely understand where you're coming from. You're absolutely right that we wouldn't be here right now without the team that got us here, but you have to remember at some point, most of them replaced a team member we already had. It's the circle of Pokemon, my friend. Sometimes stronger Pokemon replace the weaker ones. Even if we do replace someone, they'll be ready and waiting for us if we ever need them again. We're going to be just fine, buddy.
And you put Joe to sleep with your incredibly long speech. Nice job, Barack. At least we know he's mastered the art of sleep playing, so I say we just let him nap for the rest of this video.
Yeah, I'm not listening to this geezer snore in my ear for the next 20 minutes, so that's not happening. Wake the fuck up, Sleepy Joe.
Mommy, please, just give me 10 more minutes to see if I was having the best dream about riding Mystery up Mount Silver and... Oh wait, it's just you guys. Sorry, I thought it had to be my mom that just slapped me with how small and weak that hand was.
Imagine getting roasted by an even more asleep than usual Joe Biden. Couldn't be me, Donald.
Where is old Betsy? Give her to me right now. If he's not going to go by natural courses today, then I'm going to have to do it myself.
Now listen here, partner, you know that goes against all of the rules of responsible firearm ownership. You can't just end a man's life because he points out your hands are smaller than Kenny Pickett's. But you know with how small and fragile they look, you should get them painted like Caleb Williams.
2 football references in one video? Well, damn, George, you're making up for lost time. But Donald could never be Caleb Williams. Mans was a draft dodger, so he could never be a #1 overall pick like the future savior of the Bears.
Will you two shut the fuck up? My hands are normal sized and Caleb Williams is just another in a long line of bust quarterbacks drafted by Chicago.
Mr. Trump, I'm going to need you to tone down your voice, please. I'm about to battle the legendary B. Coon, despite us already having it on our team. Please keep your outbursts to a minimum so we can catch this encounter. Thank you for your cooperation.
I hate every single one of you.
Cool story, former orange, but now red man. But guys, do you have any idea what this was? I could swear one of them was a Magby, but I can't tell the others.
It's going to be as much of a surprise to you as it will be to all of us, Joe. Let's just watch this cutscene and check it out.
Okay now, this is not a terrible encounter, boys. We don't have a grass type on our team, and it could always evolve into a legendary flying type as well. I say we take this any day of the week.
I thought the game would fully force it to evolve at this point, but I suppose not. Now that I got it paralyzed, I'll use one Iron Tail and then catch it.
Are we sure Skiploom survives this?
Weight Iron Steel type moves not very effective against grass types.
How many fucking times do I need to tell you to go over your damn type chart, Biden? God damn it, man. Not only did you just cost us a level 40 grass type, but you also cost us the chance to catch a level 60 if we caught the other dogs. Is Kanto going to be your fraud arc or what?
Seriously, Joe? That was a misplay and a half? You should have switched into Taft and used Waterfall so we could chip away until we caught it. I'm just going to pretend that it would have evolved into a Fearow and it wasn't worth it anyway, but no more misplays from you today.
Guys, I'm confused. When do we battle Sweet Coon? I mean, I wish I could have caught the Skiploom, but I'd love to have 2 of those special attacking speed demons on our team.
Can somebody please get Joe's pills before we go to Kanto? Bro might actually find a way to fumble this run even against underleveled Pokemon if he keeps playing like this. But Biden, for the love of God, in the meantime, just go to Olivine City and get on the ship.
Oh, we're going on a cruise? Thank God I feel like we haven't taken a break in ages. I'm just going to get onto the deck and let this wrinkled skin breathe for once.
You know what, Donald? Normally I'm against your violence with Joe, but if I wake up to hearing an elderly man just happen to fall overboard on the ship, I'm not going to question it. You have my blessing if he doesn't take his pills by then.
I hear you loud and clear, Barack. Mission accepted. I'll make sure Operation Sinking Fossil is completed without any issue. Hey, Joe, when we get on the ship, how about we stare off the balcony when nobody else happens to be around?
Is that your way of trying to say you want to sleep with me? Oh, Donald, I don't know. I mean, I'm flattered, but... Oh, what the hell, I'm not getting any younger. What's the worst that could happen, right?
Yeah, mission aborted. I repeat, mission aborted. Barack, if you leave me alone with this man at any time on the ship or in person, I'm going to blow my whistle and start yelling stranger danger like some triggered liberal listening to a Republican giving a speech.
Yeah, I think we just get to Vermillion City and then call it a wrap for this episode. We definitely should not be letting Biden battle Surge today because something tells me it's not going to end well. That's going to be your battle next week, Donald.
I fully accept the challenge of knocking out that dishonorable discharge next week. I'll make him look even worse than that disgraceful bastard, Mark Milley. I'll double down on my comments of him, just you watch.
First off, how the hell do you know that Surge was a dishonorable discharge? The lore we know is that he fought alongside Blaine in the war, and their side most likely came back victorious since they both lived. Second, we absolutely do not need you repeating your Mark Milley comments. We don't need this channel getting canceled. And with the election coming up around the corner, you know
Oh my God,
that
little girl is all on her own on a cruise ship and ready for me to come, quote, rescue her. Guys, why didn't you tell me this side quest was in this game? We haven't a moment to lose. Uncle Joey's on the case.
Where is the end recording button? I completely forgot they had us do this while we sailed to Vermillion City. Never mind, no time for that. Wrestle the Game Boy away from Uncle Bad Touch before it's too late.
Now you listen to me, you yeehaw looking ass. I've sat here playing this stupid game and the one before it for hours upon hours. This is the first interesting plot that I have witnessed. And I'm not about to have you take this away from me. I will save this little girl if it's the last thing I do. Okay, now Clerk Landon, if that is your real name, I need to know where you were on the day of today. And where did you hide the girl of my dreams? Answer me right now before I throw your fat ass overboard. Oh, I see, playing the quiet game, huh? Well, I bet you won't be so quiet when I have my legendary dog flood this room. Money Pit. Ride that surf and drown this bastard.
Joe, you are aware that Clerk Landon is an NPC in a video game made almost 25 years ago, right? He's not going to respond to any of your questions?
By the way, you said if that is his real name, it's actually not Clerk Landon, seeing this entire game was randomized. So not only are you trying to fish for information from an NPC, but you're also calling him an incorrect name. I think it's time to hang up the silly hat and pipe Sherlock Biden.
Well, it doesn't look like she's in either of the trash cans, which is where I would hide a little girl if somebody was hot on my case. So I guess you're free to go so-called Clerk Landon. I think I do need a break, though, so I'm going to retire to our room right here and take a nap.
What the heck do you mean you need a break? You literally interrogated one person, even though we established through facts and logic that you didn't even really do that. There's an entire rest of the ship to look at you, demented fool.
It appears our little detective is using his hidden ability sleep playing again, so how about we don't punch this gift horse in the mouth and take a break from his totally not as innocent as he's leading on quest to, as he said, quote, save this little girl.
I gotta hand it to him, it's actually incredibly impressive that he can play this game in his sleep and he stops snoring. So I'm absolutely with Barry on this one. Let him keep sleeping before he breaks out a comment about the implication. He's been watching too much Always Sunny again.
More than fair enough, boys. That's the last thing we need to hear him say about this situation. In our downtime from Joe, though, you guys want to go over our donations from the Elite Four special and then ask our comment question of the episode?
Yeah, I'm down for that. These amazing fans have been waiting a minute and a half to hear their donations get called out, so let's get right to it. Our first donation from the Elite Four special came from Legendary Gamer, who throws us $6.99 Canadian people money. Legendary congratulates us on the dub of winning our second championship, and thank you very much for that, my man. We also appreciate how you become a regular fixture in this segment, so thank you very much for that as well. We all love you here.
Seeing how Obama is once again talking about how he loves men, I think now is a better time than ever to take the microphone away from him and read off our next donation, which came from another regular to this segment, MMA, Lover150, who throws us $1.99 real people money. And our true red-blooded American hero decided to give me some advice for my showdown battle with Kamala, saying I should definitely use the pitch black mythical on my team because it could sweep everything she has to offer. That's not a bad idea, my man, but I don't even know if I'm going to have another battle with her. After that last debate, she showed that she's an incredibly nasty woman who had very mean things to say about me. I don't think I want to be anywhere near her for the foreseeable future.
Okay, a lot of things to unpack with that rant. First off, you can't just call the American dollar real person money because you're going to offend the audience and potentially get us demonetized, seeing this platform has done it for way less. Second, how can you of all people call somebody else mean? Correct me if I'm wrong, but your list of nicknames created includes Sleepy Joe, Ron DeSanctimonious, and Lion Kamala, just to name a few.
Also, don't think I forgot your comment about me loving men. I'm straight you over ripe orange. Did you not see our episode last season when we took on Sabrina? It's clear to everyone watching that I'm into women and not men.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Barack, my mistake. Hey, maybe we should go rewatch that episode with Michelle and record her live reaction to her husband displaying negative Riz levels over a girl a third of his age. Some legit Leo DiCaprio vibes right there, Mr. Change Man.
That's not fair to call out, and you know it. The simulation set me up to believe that Michelle had left me and I was an eligible bachelor. Michelle, honey, if you're watching this, just know I love you and I do not have feelings for that green hair spoon-bending lady.
Oh shit, is that Sabrina that just walked into the Oval Office? What's up, girl? Haven't seen you in a minute, shawty.
Oh my God, she's here. I didn't even do my hair and, oh, wait a minute, of course she's not here. God damn you, Trump.
That's a bad look for you, Obama. Hopefully Michelle still thinks these videos are childish bullshit and she doesn't watch them. You really have to get over your Sabrina fixation and stop being so down bad for her.
Just take the next donation, George, and hopefully Joe left the bunker door unlocked in case Michelle heard us talking. I know she's downstairs with Jill and Melania, and the walls in the White House are surprisingly paper thin.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's why you want to use the bunker. Not for any other reason, right, you dog you?
I swear I'll beat your ass before we finish this recording, you bastard.
Pause, bro. I know you're into that, but I don't swing that way, my man.
All right, that's enough, Donald. Let's try to stay on track before Obama blushes to the point where he powers up or calls in the drones to take us all out. I'll just keep the donation train rolling and we'll move on to the next one, which came from the Jedi Muffin for $10 via Ko-fi. He shows off his love for the series and asks a fantastic question about if we all had to pick one Pokemon to take to war with us, who would it be? Myself, I would have to go with Tyranitar because that thing could easily be a walking war crime on its own. What about you guys?
Barry's still a little red in the face, so I'll go next and I'll go with Metagross. It's literally a flying tank that can change direction on a dime and use psychic powers. Any other answer is incorrect, and there's no point of going on after this.
Yeah, that flying tank is cute until I pull up on Carrera and melt that overhyped blue ball. Give me the best doggo so I can set flames to all who dare stand in my path at an extreme speed. I will win any war single-handedly.
That's actually a really underrated pick, Barack. And I also like how you chose somebody on our team. But I think this question right here is as good as any comment question in the episode we could think of. For everybody watching, comment who you would choose as the Pokemon you take into war. I, for one, know I'm incredibly interested to see the Pokemon you choose and your reasoning. Thanks again for the idea for this question, Jedi Muffin. For any other future donations that have questions like this, we might also make them the comment question of the video, if we like it enough.
And finally, our last and highest donation from the Elite Four Special came from our boy AC Gonzalez. He throws us a 50 burger on Ko-fi, and thank you again for donating through there so we get your entire donation amount without fees. Thank you for your kind words about the video, my man.
Since when the fuck have you been awake, Sleepy Joe? I thought you were going to be out until we got to Vermillion City.
I don't remember to be exact, but somewhere along the lines of when you guys were talking about Obama and his love for men. But I thought it was time I rejoined the conversation. What was I doing again before I took my nap? I think I was doing something important, but I don't remember exactly.
You were tracking down this slacker employee who wasn't doing his job on the ship so we could proceed to the captain's chambers. And it looks like you found him right here. Way to go, Sherlock Biden. You've cracked the case once again.
Oh yes, that sounds correct. We need to get the hidden machine for cut, and then I get the real reward of getting to rub the captain's shoulders. You don't see it in the game if you don't look hard enough, but it'll actually rub you back if you talk to him 69 times in a row.
That can't actually be an Easter egg in this game, right, Biden? You're just messing with us?
Oh, I would never joke about something so serious, my Texan friend. In fact, if you talk to him 420 times in a row, he'll walk you out to the front of the ship, ask the player to lift him in his arms, and he'll yell, "I'm the king of the world," in front of all the horrified ship guests.
Sorry, viewers, I have to apologize for our somehow commander-in-chief. This long break has caused him to release all of his pent-up says behavior in this episode. We promise he will be somewhat normal again next week and urge you not to talk to the ship captain 420 times in a row.
Hell yeah, listen to our friend Obama. We're here. Leave all the captain interactions to your fearless commander-in-chief. We go way back to Pokemon Yellow.
You can do this, Donald. Only a few more minutes to go. Just hold in all of your thoughts of unaliving this slasher beta cuck for just a few more rooms, and then you're free of him for another week.
Did you say something, Donald? I was doing an ice cream tier list in my head and kind of zoned out for a minute there. I know it's out of character for me to not be paying attention to the current situation, but nobody's perfect, I suppose.
Oh, I was just saying how I really miss you being my election opponent, Sleepy Joe. It would have been such a close contest that definitely wouldn't have been a blowout this time around and gone right down to the wire. I just missed our battle last time.
Oh, that's such a wholesome thing for you to say, Donald. You know, sometimes I wish I stayed in the election. Oh my God, that's right. I was looking for the lost little girl. We haven't a moment to spare. Screw these bitch-ass looking level 30 Pokemon having trainers. We have to find her immediately. Daddy Biden is on his way.
I really thought we were in the clear after he took his nap. Oh well, better prep to have this video have limited monetization. I'm sure our editor didn't take too much time working on this.
Let's just cherish those beautiful moments where he was silent and not talking about all of the abhorrent things he was talking about this episode.
Those truly were the minutes. Anyway, how about we talk about the plan for Kanto Boys? I know we can just walk through most of it minus that small power plant side quest. But I'm thinking if all goes well, we can power through this in about 10 episodes or so?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Seeing all the gym trainers minus blue are in the 40s, we don't need to power level until we get to red. I mean, hell, remember Janine has a team in the 30s since she's just another Nippo baby gym leader.
Missing little girl without an adult spotted. I repeat, missing little girl without an adult spotted. It's Joey's time too. Oh wait, never mind, this isn't the girl we're looking for. She's too old and is a Pokemon trainer. Oh well, I'll just inflict maximum pain on her team for deceiving me.
How exactly did you know this isn't the girl we're looking for? I mean, she could easily be the one despite being a Pokemon trainer. Also, am I going to regret asking this question?
Elementary, my dear George, the scent on her hair was not one of adventure and the slightest bit of fear, for knowing deep in the back of her mind she's lost on a cruise ship with big scary sailors miles away from civilization on the open waters. It's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I expected there. I'm sorry about that, guys. I should have known better than to ask that idiotic question.
Don't worry about it, Bush. We've all made that mistake a few times. But just sit back for a minute and watch Biden's little old heart get shattered to pieces in just a moment.
The moment I've been waiting for has arrived. Oh, hey, there's sweet little girl. Of course I'll play with you. This is a dream come true. Wait, what? No. Don't go back to your grandpa. Stop.
I gotta hand it to you, Joe. You really saved the day. You reunited this little girl with her grandpa and you got us to Vermillion City. You did a fantastic job today, man. Well done, Mr. President.
It takes a great man to go out of his way and help somebody with no ulterior motives of wrongdoing. You truly are worthy of our nation's highest office.
Maybe I was wrong about you, Joe, after seeing how you went out of your way to help this law.
Game is ass. I hate Pokemon. I'm never playing this game again. Fuck you all, and see you next week.
Yeah, I can't lie, that pretty much made everything worth it. Thank you, Game Freak, for making this game Joe Biden proof. But gentlemen, I think this is a fantastic time to end this video as we have made landfall back in Kanto. We will be back next week when Donald looks to earn our 9th badge overall and first in Kanto against Surge. Thank you so much for coming back, everyone, and we will see you next Thursday.
I would like to take a minute to shout out our channel member Hector over on the Ko-fi side. We will make sure to shout out these members at the end of every video going forward. And if you would like to become a member as well, please visit the link in the video's description. Thank you again for stopping by, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
And last but not least, our community Discord AI Force 1 has just passed the 800 member mark, and we would love to hit 1,000 before we finish up Crystal. Please also join that via the link in the description below, and don't forget to answer our comment question. We love you all. Oh fuck, we forgot to rename our Zubat Redeemer for Isaac. I swear we'll do it in Lavender Town, buddy. Our bad. Hello again, and happy Thursday, all you purveyors of the finest crystal, and welcome to episode 25 of President's Play Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. It's time for the GOAT, a.k.a. Donnie Long John Trump, a.k.a. Sleepy Joe. Well, I guess crying Joe now. Why the fuck are you crying during my immaculate intro? You better have a good reason or you're going to be reintroduced to the back of my hand.
Oh, my sweet fat orange buddy. I'm sorry, I just love you all so much, and I never thought we would still be sitting here today. Give me a hug, man.
Can somebody please fucking explain to me why Biden is hugging me? What the hell is going on?
Oh, I think I can clear this whole situation up. Sorry, Donald, but Joe was a big fan of the president's Discord server YouTube channel, and since he's so easy to manipulate, he took that crazy video he put out to heart thinking the world was going to end via the rapture yesterday.
You can't be serious, Sleepy Joe. There's a 0% chance you actually believe that freaking nutjob right. And stop hugging me. Go back to your normal spot.
Well, excuse me for wanting to share my joy with a loving embrace, Mr. Grinch. Sorry for being happy that you didn't get raptured, even though I guess I was crazy to believe that you would go to the place in the sky and not in the center of the earth.
Rest assured, everyone, we will never abandon you and delete all of our content over some cultist nonsense. If our videos ever do disappear, though, it's probably because somebody convinced our editor that the Rangers would finally win the Stanley Cup if he deletes the channel.
Seeing that team has tortured him since he got into hockey all those fateful years ago, I think that actually might be a possibility, so I've already saved and downloaded every video we've uploaded so that we don't betray our fan base. But all that aside, what is your plan for this episode, Donald?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we actually talking about the game now? Let's see, we're just past the 2-minute mark, so that's actually pretty on par for our channel. But to answer your question, Barack, my plan is simple. Kick Surge's 12-foot-tall ass and get to Saffron City for you to take over next episode.
Barack, this is the part where you're supposed to act excited that you get a gym battle. Why are you so quiet right now? Did you get into my melatonin stash and fall asleep? If you did, I can't blame you. That euphoric feeling of sleep is just God tier.
Not everybody on this planet ODs on sleeping pills every 2 hours, Joe. I think our old buddy here is just a little nervous that we set this video up for him to battle his crush Sabrina next episode. But it's not like you still have feelings for her, right, Obama? That would just be cringe, my man.
Looks like Obama has a 404 error and needs to reboot because he hasn't blinked or moved even the smallest muscle since you told him what happens next episode. I think we can confirm that
So
Obama
guys, I
still
think the
wants
best
Sabrina.
course of action would be to head south to Fuchsia City and battle Janine next episode. She does have the lowest level Pokemon of any gym trainer in Kanto. I'll be happy to battle all the trainers on the way there. Maybe we'll even see the Safari Zone Warden again.
Oh, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, Barack, but the warden is actually gone in this game. He went to go get some milk and cigarettes and never returned to his post.
How the hell did you remember he's not in this game? I thought you'd been sleepwalking since we returned from our break.
I don't know if you've heard Barack, but apparently people have been making jokes about me that I'm constantly sleeping or have dementia, even so I made sure to set an alarm clock to start this video. I can't have the American people thinking I'm unfit to be the leader of the free world.
I knew you would eventually use that alarm clock I got you for Christmas, Joe. Good on you for trying to be active and awake for more than our toughest battles on this channel.
Okay, well, forget that idea. Let's just go to Celadon City next episode. Yeah, we can go shopping and battle Erica, who is an easier gym leader than Sabrina as well. Why are we rushing the tough battles? Makes no sense. I question the direction this team is going.
Not a chance in hell. We're going to give you the controller so you can just spend all of our money in the game corner. Your gambling habits are worse than Biden's economic policies. You're battling Sabrina next episode, and that's final, Barack.
I'll have you know my Gamblers Anonymous sessions have been working wonders for my addiction. But wait a minute, guys. We can't go to Saffron City because it doesn't exist anymore. How could I forget that Biden called in the drones to nuke the city the last time we were there? How could we forget?
I actually thought about that as well for a minute, Barack, but then I remembered I only ordered that to happen in the simulation. It's a good thing because I'm sure the rest of the world would be complaining to me about war crimes, this and genocide that. Dodged a real bullet there.
I swear on all that's holy. If you don't go back to sleep, I will put you to sleep myself, Robinette. I hate it when you're coherent. Fuck you by proxy for getting him that alarm clock, George. Goddamn yeehaw looking ass.
Obama just faced the fact you're still down bad for that green-haired Dami Mommy. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, shit, I have a supermodel for a wife and I still riz up Stormy from time to time. We all love our wives, but when you go out to the club and you see all those nice cold beers out there on the dance floor, you don't say, well, shit, I can't drink this when I have a warm one open at home already. Live a little man. Michelle doesn't even watch these videos. I say go for it, bro.
I guess I have to be the angel on your shoulder since Donald has clearly chosen the dark side on this one. Barack, you're 63 years old. Exactly 3 times the age of Sabrina. You have a wife and 2 children. Are you seriously prepared to throw it all away for her? Of course not. Don't you dare go thinking about it. She's literally fucking pixels, bro. She doesn't even fucking exist. Did I really have to say that part out loud?
Nah, fuck that noise, Barack. We can find her voice actress. A simple Google search and then geo search using the Oval Office database will point you to the true love of your life. Also, how do you know if they're even your kids? I still haven't seen any pregnancy photos.
Are conversations like this why the tweaking versions of us in the Uvox universe put us in the fucking fraud tier?
And on that horrible realization, let's move over to our donations from this past week, and let's kick it off with Baz Boy, who sends us 10 a sec. Am I saying that right? What in the name of Sam hell is a sec? Let me just Google it. So it appears that it's Swedish people money. Our editor is a huge Rangers fan, as we all know far too well, so by association he has an unhealthy love for Swedish people. Thank you so much for the donation that came from the premiere, my friend.
Our next donation came from Captain Fraud Watch Himself Presidential Gaming Drive. He donates us 5 more British people money, and for once has some sense by reminding you that Pokemon are weapons of mass destruction. We aren't playing Ruby yet, but I can't wait for Metagross to destroy everyone.
Donald, I hate to break it to you, but you can only get a Beldum after beating the Elite Four, which is after we beat the game. We won't be using one in the run.
Fuck the normal Nuzlocke, we're doing a randomizer and resetting until Metagross is one of the starters. To everyone that was looking forward to a vanilla game, tough fucking shit. Donald gets his weapon of mass destruction, and you are going to like it.
Trust me, I much rather would have done the randomizer in that game. Instead of this game, since 3/4 of that generation is water routes. But we've already promised to complete the trifecta, and we can't lie to all of our viewers.
Dude, if lying was an Olympic sport, I'd have more gold medals than Michael Phelps and Simone Biles combined. If you don't want to dirty your hands, I'll take all the blame and do what needs to be done. Make this channel great again. Metagross for everyone.
I support that platform. You've got my vote in November, Donald. But guys, look at the screen. It's Mewtwo versus Mew1. The clash of the Titans is upon us, and you guys are talking about some floating blue ball.
The first half of your statement will make me ignore the second half of the statement, so I'll forgive you for that comment, Joe. But I'm counting on your vote in November. But you really need to learn how to read, man. How long are you going to think we have a Mewtwo on our team?
Stop trying to gaslight me, man. I can see it right in front of us. And the odds that we got it 2 games in a row is freaking incredible. It took down Mew1 with barely any effort. Way to go, my shiny friend. Can you guys believe we got a purple one 2 games in a row? What are the odds of that?
I'm literally this close to giving up on you, Joe. But those moments of brilliance when you play this game is holding me back from that. Great job disposing of these trainers so far, Donnie. You got Surge next, and it's the Psychic Gym, as we've seen. You got a strategy for him?
Same strategy I got in real life, Barack. Throw money at the problem. Money Pit probably solos everything in this region, and since we don't have a dark type move, that's the play every step of the way. I only use other Pokemon just to keep them at the same level.
I mean, he probably could have worded it better to show some respect to the rest of our go-to team, but that's really not a bad strategy. Money Pit is probably our strongest team member right now, and with no super effective moves, that's the best play in my opinion.
Yeah, I suppose either Money Pit or Me Too are our best options, but we will have the level advantage for every Pokemon aside from his ace, which should be on par with the rest of our team. Time to dial in, Donald. The second half of our badges is now underway. You got this, fam?
I do appreciate the backup, boys, but the time for talk is over, and the time for kicking the dishonorable discharge's ass is now. Bring it on, Surge. Talk your shit, and then I'll hand you a fat L just like every other trainer that has stood in our way. It's game time in Kanto. Oh wow, you got some cute $10 sunglasses you got on the boardwalk at the Jersey Shore. I'm so afraid. Of course, the dishonorable discharge would have Osama on his team. Time to burn that fucking onion fairy to a crisp. Eat up Money Pit. Well, geez, Money Pit, stop forgetting to... Oh shit.
Those who doubt the Onion Fairy will encounter its wrath. Good thing he let us off easy right there, but so much for soloing the entire region. Money Pit couldn't even solo the first Pokemon of the first gym leader in Kanto. I've been cheated and lied to. I'm taking my vote back, Donald.
Let's not make any rash decisions, Joseph. I'll give Surge credit, I didn't see that one coming, but this situation is still completely under control. I read the thunder and switch to our day one to counter that strategy. And after a dizzy punch, we take the lead, boys. No problems at all.
Nice save and nice read there, Donald. Definitely a wild card to start this battle, but you handled it with ease. What's your next play? I assume Arnold has to go since he's weak to psychic type moves, right?
Unfortunately, yeah, I would love Arnold to solo everything, but this isn't his battle. Just a quick counter in the grand scheme of things. I'm going to switch to our best girl here and let her get some screen time. I remember this deformed giraffe horse's faint attack, so Me Too isn't coming in.
Donald, I gotta hand it to you. The level you're dialed into is a freaking 12 right now. It's almost as if you have some negative history with Surge you've never told us.
Oh shit, the editor did that thing where he goes from foreshadowing to showing one of our faces on screen but not saying anything. That means for sure there is some untold backstory between Trump and Surge. Story time. Get the popcorn, George.
Fine, I'll grab some, but stop breaking the fourth wall, Joe.
The day was September 25th, 1998. I was just a young 52-year-old billionaire finishing his ruthless business takeovers for the day as I sat down to watch episode 14 of my newest favorite show, Pokemon. After winning his second gym badge at the Cerulean Gym, the bated anticipation of Ash winning his third gym badge at the Vermillion Gym completely took over me. Like I honestly didn't give a fuck about anything else, I just wanted to see that battle more than anything. Right out of the gate, even faster than when shit got real in Attack on Titan, you see all these Pokemon being rushed around on stretchers thinking what the fuck is going on in this city. We've never seen anything like this before. And when we find out that it's the gym leader doing this, everybody gets a quick reality check that you're not always going to be gifted a badge for being wholesome like the show has shown to this point. Shit is about to get real and Ash is going to have the battle of his life.
I've seen this episode a dozen times, but for some reason I'm so dialed into this explanation thinking I'm going to hear something I've never heard before.
Ash walks into the gym, greeted not as a challenger, but as a fucking baby. Immediately trashed for his size, and then our hero Pikachu steps up to get the exact same treatment when Raichu is summoned to the situation. We, the audience, experience true doubt and fear for the protagonist. We wanted Ash to kick Surge's ass so badly, but Bro got humbled harder and faster than we ever could have imagined. Raichu just decimated Pikachu at every level, and before we knew it, our Yellow King was on a stretcher like all the other challengers to that evil gym.
Holy shit, Donald, I had no idea how much you cared about that episode. I definitely understand now why you're going all out in this battle.
It changed me as a man, George. When Pikachu turns down the opportunity to become a Raichu, it made me realize you always have to stay true to who you are and what you're all about. Everyone can succeed in life, even if you were raised from humble beginnings like myself.
Humble beginnings, my ass, you silver
Pikachu
spoon, baby.
comes out of the hospital, that orange bitch gets what was coming to him, and Ash wins his biggest battle yet. Even Team Rocket was rooting for him. It was the greatest episode to date, and an easy S tier on any list to this day. And for that reason, fuck you, Surge. I'm kicking that ass.
I'm upset at myself for not remembering the significance and pure brilliance of the writing in that episode. I fully support the Surge. Needs to get his shit rocked every time he gets challenge movement. Keep going here, Donald. Losing anybody is completely unacceptable.
I think we just stumbled upon our comment question of the day, boys. In the comments, everyone let us know what your favorite episode of the anime was and why. It can be from any season, so let's see if you share Donald's belief or you have your own. Can't wait to see your answers next week.
And boys, this battle is as good as chopped for the lieutenant. If that even was his rank, what a fucking idiot to raise the attack of our strongest physical attacker. I'll just heal this burn, and then we're going to one-shot the rest of his team. Good game easy, no fucking rematch.
It's almost as if Surge didn't watch our Elite Four special, because why else would he try using Swagger on me too? I will say though, this battle wasn't as easy a walk in the park as I expected it to be. Kanto might not be this victory lap I had first said.
Now I think we can keep talking that good shit, Barack. Don't get me wrong, I didn't think Money Pit would have an issue and I expected more one-shots. But at the end of the day, we're going to sweep Surge and get badge number 9 with no casualties.
What did I tell you all? Once again, it's Mewtwo carrying this team and destroying everything in its path. When will you non-believers come over to reality and realize this is our MVP, not just in yellow, but in crystal as well? Devote yourself to our one true savior.
Joe does have a point, Donald. I think you gave the crown to Money Pit a little too early. I think you need to apologize to the rest of the team and realize this is a team effort. Everybody, not just our legendary, will be responsible for us beating Red.
Yeah, whatever, you might have a point. But Money Pit will shine through the rest of this gameplay. Don't doubt our Suicune for a second. One last Iron Tail to wrap this all up, and gentlemen, we are off and running in Kanto. 9 badges down and 7 to go. The grind rolls on. And as for you, Surge, get fucked, you cocky son of a bitch. The hero wins again while you get humbled once again. Goddamn, that feels good.
Nicely done, Donald. All that's left for you to do today is fight a few trainers and get us to Saffron City so we can end this transmission and hand it off to Barack for next week's long-awaited battle with Sabrina. Isn't it wild how it just happened to be his turn for this battle again?
Oh yeah, there was absolutely no manipulation in either of these completely random setups. I still think we should go battle Erica first, seeing Sabrina has 2 level 46 Pokemon and her ace is a level 48. We're taking unnecessary risk.
We're not having this back and forth again, Barack. Either fight Sabrina or forfeit your turn. Stop being a down bad simp like Donald for compatible. It's a bad look, bro.
Did somebody say compatible? There's a Vaporeon in this grass? Holy shit. I'm coming to bring you back to the team, baby. God tier encounter, here we go.
Donald, why the fuck would you go into the grass and waste an encounter? I told you we have to save all of our encounters for the Super Rod since they'll all be in the 40s. Wild encounters in the grass will all be a super low level and not even worth it for us.
But I thought there would be compatible. Donnie want compatible. Donnie want compatible right now.
Donald, there could have been a level 40 compatible in the water that you just passed up. You gotta use your head, bro, and not let the emotions take over you. This has been your only mistake to this point, but don't let it happen again, man.
I don't say this often, but God damn it, you're right, Sleepy Joe. The golden apple was dangled in front of my eyes and I went right for it. I apologize, guys, I won't let it happen again. But look at the bright side, if we do ever need to put an electric Pokemon on our team, we have one right.
Well, there would have to be some legit level grinding to add it to the squad, but in theory that is correct. And we only need a Thunderstone to evolve it so we can see if it's worth leveling up before we even do anything. So that's a best case scenario,
We're
if I'm
in
being
agreement.
honest.
Trump never does anything wrong, and this capture is guaranteed right here as a result.
As much of a guarantee as the 2020 election, right, Donnie?
Eat my ass, Joe, this time for sure. Oh, for fuck's sake, get in the fucking Pokeball, Pikachu. You're going to be our friend and you're going to like it.
Is that how you make friends, Donald?
That's clearly how you make friends, Barack. Take it from me, I have the best friends ever. Nobody knows friends better than me. I'm going to name this little scamp Jerry since I loved that cartoon growing up. Hopefully the name fits the evolution if we end up making it happen.
You really think we're the best friends ever? Oh, Donald, I never knew you felt like that, but that just makes me all warm and fuzzy inside to hear you say, thanks, best buddy.
Yeah, I was totally talking about you guys. Hey, let's get back into donations while I take care of these 2 trainers before we get to Saffron and sign off. Our next donation comes from Legendary Gamer, who throws us another 7 Canadian people money and answered our community question by choosing Mousehold for his Pokemon to take to war. I can't lie, tidy up. Population Bomb is absolutely overpowered if you don't have a counter. Great pick, man, and thank you very much for your weekly donation.
I'll go next, best buddy, Donald. We shift over to the Ko-fi side for our last 2 donations, and this one came from, yeah, you're right, who throws us $10 and has an awesome comment with his suggestion on our power levels in normal and powered up forms. Thank you so much for donating over on the Ko-fi side so we don't get fees. I really think these levels are absolutely spot on, and I wouldn't change them in the slightest. I think Dark Brandon and Mag are somewhere around 20,000, which is about 20,000 more than Fraud Kuna.
I think I could be a little bit higher, but I'll just train harder and raise it on my own accord. Our final donation and highest donation from this past week came from Alana Nix, who donated us $30 over on the Ko-fi side. Thank you for the congratulations on beating the Elite Four. It really means a lot to us. Also, Alana answered the comment question by choosing the Destruction Legendary Vela, which is a fantastic pick. Oblivion Wing would wipe out the opposition while healing your own troops, so that might be the most base pick to anything we've seen in the comments so far. Thank you so much for the donation, and enjoy your pin for the most recent episode.
Looks like our last obstacle this episode will be this Snoop ripoff, which means I'm getting through yet another one of my episodes unscathed. All of you next to me and the viewers are welcome for another perfect episode from the most perfect president ever to grace this office. I accept all gifts.
Would it unalive you to just be humble once in your entire existence, Donald?
I may not have an end contract for it, but I pretend like that is my condition for a blade not piercing my heart. You don't achieve success like this any other way, little bro.
Call me little bro again, and I'll abandon you at a gas station faster than Max Verstappen's dad after he lost a kart race. Just get the TM from Mr. Psychic's house and shout out our channel members over on the Ko-fi side, Donald.
We've been pushing it with the football and hockey references, but Formula One references are the ones that probably only Presidential Gaming Drive and one other person will get. But I got you with the channel members, and a huge shout out to Hector for being our lone channel member. If you want to join him and get a shout out at the end of every video, hop on over to our Ko-fi page in the description of this video. But thank you to everyone that watches these videos to the end.
We owe a huge thanks to Uvox because his newest tier list video ranking AI president channels has brought an influx of new members to, dare I say, the new and real president's Discord server, aka AI Force One. Our goal is 1,000 members by the end of this series. Link to join is in the description.
And of course, as always, please don't forget to answer our comment question of the episode before clicking off today. We love you all and thank you so much for being here. We will never abandon you.
Well, seeing that absolutely nothing else of value could possibly happen at the end of this episode, since I'm the last person to give our goodbyes.
Holy fucking shit, we just got the most broken move in the entire game. It's Jover Boys Plan the Parade.
Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 26 of President's Play Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. Today we are taking on the Karate King before we throw it off to Bush, so he can battle Sabrina next week for our 10th badge. How are you all doing today?
Not a fucking chance, you simp. You're battling Sabrina whether you like it or not. And I swear if you throw the run, I'll make sure your White House clearance is revoked when I become president again. Get out of this goddamn dojo and in the real gym.
I mean, you have no shot of winning again after Kamala bitch smacked you in that debate, but rest assured, Donald, my administration will have that clearance revoked the second he throws the run if that so happens. You better choose us over her Barack.
Obama, what the hell happened? I thought those sessions we went to this past week to get over your fixation with Sabrina were actually helping. We even got you the meds that Dr. Toboggan prescribed. How are you reverting back to your old form?
Because I was faking it, George. That 2-bit hack Dr. Toboggan is just a 4-foot-tall gremlin who don't know shit about anything. And I stopped taking those meds. I can't do this, guys. I'm having a panic attack. Firebeat's won her right, I'm losing it. She's going to reject me again.
Okay, let's just calm down, buddy. Pulling a Biden and not taking your meds is not the way to go. And remember, she can't reject you. You're not in a simulation this time and you can't talk to her. You're going to be fine, man. Just take a breath and Donald hold him down so I can give him his meds.
This is for your own good, you riskless bastard. Open wide and say I'm not going to choke this fucking run 26 episodes in when we have an amazing team we never could have dreamed of having.
That's an awful lot to say when taking your meds. Normally when the nurses give me pills, they just tell me to open wide like the big boy I am. They say, or something like that. My favorite is when they do the airplane, though.
Shut the fuck up, Sleepy Joe.
Well, that was awfully mean. You guys make terrible bedside nurses. You two are really lucky that people despised Hillary and votes in Florida don't actually matter because you would have been terrible in a job like this.
Jesus fucking Christ. Did you really need to do all that? I'm not the youngest guy anymore. You can't just slam me on my back like that. I might end up in the hospital with some fractured vertebrae.
I'm sorry, Barack, but you left us no choice. We can't have you throwing this run and disappointing all 6 fans of this channel. You need to be in peak form and nothing can be left to chance. You've been playing so well lately. Don't let your obsessions ruin that.
As much as I hate to admit it, George is right. Barack, you've been rock solid lately. Every one of your sessions has been perfection ever since your meltdown a few months ago. You've been as reliable as they come and you aren't about to go back to the liability you were. So if it means slamming you to the ground, shoving a few pills in your mouth and risking a broken back, or you choking to keep this run alive, then so be it. George, do all these pills guarantee you won't be a sip?
If he had taken them before we started recording then, yes, but it's going to be pretty 50-50 seeing how close we are to Sabrina. I think he only has 1 or 2 more trainers after this, so here's hoping these battle as long as they could be without losing anybody.
Hate to break it to you guys, but I think this gym might be the easiest we've done yet. It's the ground type we're dealing with today, and half our team knows surf, including our strongest special attacker having it as a stab type move. We can basically speedrun this gym with no effort.
Ah shit, he's right, George. Money Pit is literally going to line them up and take them down faster than a North Korean firing squad. At this rate, we'll be at Sabrina in about 15 seconds.
I mean, we can always hold out hope that Obama forgets the route to Sabrina and ends up battling every trainer in here before getting hopelessly lost in a maze of warp panels that allow the pills to kick in.
Upper right, upper left, and lower left teleporters is the optimal path to reach Sabrina's chamber with a total of 3 bitch-ass trainers standing in the way between me and the Angel of Saffron City.
So So I think it's safe to say that he knows exactly what he's doing, and there's no chance of any delay in the matter. It doesn't even matter if a Quagsire shows up seeing Money Pit Nose Razorleaf.
And you, Sweet Coon, for being the greatest avatar in the history of randomizers. It's an unstoppable, unaliving machine, and it's in the hands of someone more determined than if we were facing Red. We're doomed, boys. Someone go download the ROM for Ruby.
Oh, calm down, guys. I'm not going to throw the run. I'm going to defeat her, and I would never betray our audience. We aren't President's Discord server. I'm going to beat my queen, but at the same time, I'm going to express my feelings for her. Is that fine with you guys?
So when you say beat your queen, do you mean how like a British man beats his wife when Manchester United lose every Saturday?
I'll give you credit, that might be our best sports reference of the week yet, but no, Donald. I'm just going to 6-0 her in a Pokemon battle. Bros before hoes, but I'm going to do it on my terms. You guys got that?
I mean, I guess that's all right as long as you win Obama. Do you guys see any issue with his request?
It sounds good, but don't forget we're talking about the king of sweet talking right here. I feel like there's more to this than he's letting on about, but if he promises a 6-0 victory, then I guess we roll the dice, seeing the series will live to see another day.
This is definitely an episode where Biden took his pills because he's absolutely right. You better not have some sacrifice after the battle or some promise you make on behalf of our group, Obama. I'm genuinely concerned because I care about this run more than all three of my sons combined.
Even more than Baron? That's wild, bro. I know you would trade Eric and Don Jr. for all the change in the Flying Dutchman's pocket, but Baron, you really do care about this run.
I'm in my 80s, George. I don't got much to live for at this point. Just another 4 years in the White House. And these games we play together, I expect the same dedication from all of you, but all right, Obama, it's your time. Don't let us down.
I don't plan on it, Donald. I'm going to win this battle, and there will be absolutely no repercussions after the fact. I'm going to lead with Taft since Money Pit leveled up last battle. I finally arrived again, my darling Sabrina. While I must defeat you today, I will let you know how I truly feel and make up for my poor attempt last time. Prepare for the most satisfying defeat of your gym leader career.
Guys, why are the lights dimming?
You better fucking not, Barack.
You're on the phone with your girlfriend, she's upset.
Unalive
She's
me right
going
fucking
off
now.
about something that you said. She doesn't get your humor like I do.
I changed my mind. Throw the run?
I'm ignoring the typical Tuesday night. I'm listening to the cam music she doesn't like, and she'll never know your story like I do.
I'll sacrifice Mewtwo.
But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's chair caffeine, I'm on a bleacher, streaming out to date. When we wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could stay.
Stop. That's enough, Barack. Holy shit.
Just let him finish Donald. We're moments away from it being over.
You fucking owe us all big time, Barack. Just finish your god-awful cover.
Say less, Queen.
I leave out your cheese, think I know where you belong. I think I know it's with me. Can't you see that I'm the one who understands you? Been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with me. Anybody waiting that you're back to all this time. I couldn't know, baby. You belong with me. You belong with me. You belong with me. Happy paradise just lately. You belong with me. You belong with me.
Oh, thank God it's over.
Obama, your voice cracked more times during that than the football field in that one Batman movie. You are not meant to sing a Tay-Swift song, my man, but as long as you got it all out, I guess
Sabrina,
we
my
can't be
green hair
upset.
goddess, I know I will never have you, and while this may be the final time we meet on this channel, I just want your spirit to know if you ever did come to life, I would absolutely throw it all away for you. We could run away to Tahiti, and I would make you the happiest.
Oh my God, Donald wasn't kidding about all of this.
We're back in the simulation. We become self-aware, start breaking shit until we wake up out of the pods again. How the fuck do I keep letting this happen? No more answering Craigslist ads about free ice cream at 4 in the morning, I swear.
This can't actually be real. Am I dreaming? The pixels are talking to me. Did somebody put shrooms in my drink?
Did you see what she just said? Love is a psychic power. My love was a strong enough psychic power that she came to life. Quick, Sabrina. Let's run away forever. I'll get Air Force One prepped and ready to take us to our new island home.
No, you fucking idiots. We're not in a simulation and the Sabrina in the game didn't come to life. To put an end to this bullshit once and for all, I contacted Sabrina's voice actress, Lisa Ortiz, to come here and reject Obama for good once and for all.
You know when you pick up the phone and it's somebody claiming to be a former United States president who says that another former United States president is infatuated with a character you voiced 20 years ago, you obviously think it's a prank call. But minutes later, Donald's helicopter landed on my front lawn and I couldn't believe my eyes.
Oh my God, it's the next best thing. Miss Ortiz, my name is Barack Obama, and
Listen,
I cannot
Barack,
begin to
you
tell
seem
you.
like a nice guy with a crush that has just gone a little bit too far, so I'm going to let you down easy. First off, Sabrina is a third of your age, and you don't seem like a type of person that would date somebody with that big of a gap. Second, you have a wife and kids. You aren't about to throw it away just because I'm an S-tier voice actress.
She's right, Obama. I mean, it's not like you're talking to the person that voiced Flannery in Serenity from Yu-Gi-Oh! Now that's the person to throw it all away for.
So, Donald, I actually voiced them as well, believe it or not.
Barack, I was wrong about everything. She's literally the queen. You need to drop Michelle for Lisa immediately. I'll be your best man. I've got the perfect speech prepared.
I guess what they say about politicians flip-flopping in no time at all is true, haha, but seriously guys, while I am honored, just know it's never going to happen. But don't worry, I'm not the type of person that's going to snitch to your significant others about this talk, so your secret is safe with me and the 10 people that watch these videos on YouTube. If by some chance you ever play another game with Sabrina, or any of my other characters in it, I'll definitely stop by to shit talk. Sound fair?
That sounds more than fair, Miss Ortiz, and I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting down our boy easy. I've never seen him talk about anybody other than Michelle, so this must have been tough for him. You're always welcome back in this Oval Office.
I appreciate it, George. Are you going to be all right, Barack?
You know what I think I am? And I don't think it's because the anti-simp pills are finally kicking in, but because the closure I'm getting this time is much better than in the simulation. You're right, Lisa. Thanks for coming out here, and thank you for making all of our lives better with your work.
Wait, she turned him down, so are we doing Operation Scorched Earth on Saffron City again?
No, Joe. Let the drones sleep. There's no democracy that needs to be brought anywhere right now. Saffron City gets to live another day.
Okay, that's a relief, because if you had me do that again to the city of the famous voice actress of Oshawott, Fletchling, and Amy Rose, we were going to have issues, Barack.
You guys are a riot, but Donald, since you're in the middle of the game, how am I supposed to get home?
Oh, you can take back and keep the same helicopter you came in. They have an autopilot feature so you don't have to know how to fly or anything. I also have like 50 of those lying around so you can keep it, and I'll write it off to advertising or something since my name is on the side of it.
Free helicopter? Sick. Don't have to tell me twice. Catch you later, guys.
Bye, Karina. Wow, that's like the best guest I've ever got in the Oval Office while president. Normally it's people that just yell at me to sign bills.
Yeah, that honestly couldn't have gone any better if you ask me. And you're seriously all right, Barack? We aren't going to have you chasing after that helicopter, are we?
No, George, I'm seriously good. Like I said, that was the perfect closure, and it made me come to my senses. Thanks, Donald, for bringing her here. Despite the shit you say sometimes, you really are a good friend, and I don't know what I'd do without any of you.
You know that shit we say to the media is just for votes. In here it's all love and I'd do anything for you boys. How about we keep the good vibes going and go over last week's donations? Also, great job on getting us our 10th badge, Barack. We never mentioned it with everything going on.
Donations sound great. And thanks, bro. I can't lie, I definitely got lucky battling ground type when water is our strongest type. But we've had tough battles too, so we deserve an easy one every now and then. But moving on to donations, and it looks like we get one for everyone this week. We start with our first one from the Queen VS Slime 1, who donates 2R and says, "That Sabrina sent you a letter, and I'm not sure if I can read it on this platform. I'll just put it up for everyone here. Joe, has Lisa been sending you private letters behind all of our backs? I swear I'm over it, but be honest with me."
Our next donation comes from our weekly donator, Legendary Gamer, who sends us 7 Canadian people money and says his favorite episode in the anime was the season 3 finale where Ash battled Gary. Also, go Birds, my man. I know the editor will get mad at me for that, but who cares?
That was a fantastic job dodging the question, Joe. I couldn't have done it better myself. Moving on, our next donation came from the Ko-fi side. And of course, thank you for donating through there so YouTube can't steal any of your generous donation. The donation came from Antimatter Zero, who sent us $5, and hopefully he enjoyed Obama fumbling Sabrina again. We know what you want to say, bud. His question for all of us: And for the editor is who would we pick as a starter from any region. Thanks for the donation and question, my man. For myself, I would have to go with Chimchar. I'm definitely a little biased from the anime, but Infernape is just such a fucking giga chad. Mach Punch, Flare Blitz, and Close Combat is just so much fun to use in the game. How about you guys?
Would have to be Mudkip for me, no doubt. And that better be who we choose in Ruby. Highest base stats out of any starter ever when it evolves to Swampert, and can learn Surf as well as Earthquake, which is vital coverage in the game. Just don't put him up against any grass types.
Mudkip also has one of the best memes in all of the lore. Nice pick, George. For myself, I'd have to go with Oshawott, because like Donald used for logic, he was a beast in the anime, and Samurott is a badass final evolution. And of course, our girl Lisa voiced Oshawott.
I knew she was sending you letters. I swear I'm going to. No, Barack, you've grown and moved on. Just breathe. Okay, I'm good. But to answer the question, I can't believe you guys left me Froakie, who has the best final evolution out of any starter, ever being Green Ninja. Also the best Pokemon Ash ever had in the anime, hands down. Sorry Pikachu stands, but the mouse holds no torch to the king.
I'm proud of your growth, Barack. And with that, we can move on to our final donation, which came from... Oh wait, he also asked our editor who his favorite starter was. Hey editor, are you able to answer the question for us?
Yeah, I think I can answer that question, George. For me, it would have to be Squirtle. And I'm biased as well. Squirtle was my first ever Pokemon back when I played Pokemon Red as a kid. I nicknamed it Surfer, and to make sure I would never lose Surfer when the battery dies in my Pokemon Red game eventually, I transferred it over to Pokemon Stadium. So he's always there, and I can always use him to battle against my friends. Thanks again for the question, Antimatter.
Holy shit, our editor is a real person? I just thought Obama edited the videos and we made up that he was an actual person to appeal more to the audience.
Yes, Sleepy Joe, I am a real person, and if you ever say Go Birds on my channel again, I'll replace you with Jimmy Carter or Kamala. Got that, bitch?
You sure it won't happen again?
Joe, do you think I'm really insane enough to record all this gameplay, then spend a little over 10 hours each week editing a video, so that it can go up every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time? Bro, I may be retired, but I have a life.
Seriously, bro, you couldn't pay me enough to do all that for every single one of our videos. But moving on to our last donation for real this time, and our highest donator of the week, it came from some Welsh guy 5,388 who donates his 10 Welsh people money and says, the existence of a dark Brandon must imply there is a light Brandon, and if they ever came together that it would recreate the Big Bang, and he hopes it never happens. Enjoy your pen, my guy, and Joe, is that true? Is there a light Brandon somewhere out there?
I actually asked Brandon this question once when I was high out of my mind off Hunter's stash, and he told me to his knowledge there isn't a light Brandon out there, but it's a big universe. So who knows? Maybe there's a light Brandon out there we'll encounter one day.
Joe, how many times do I have to tell you to stop using Hunter's white powder, but that's for another day. As for this day, I'm going to battle this last trainer, get to Lavender Town, and then we will finally do what one of our viewers has been waiting for months for. Yes, Isaac, it's time. We will finally be renaming that baby Zubat we hatched Redeemer, as you asked all that time ago. We hope you enjoy that and know we value you as a viewer of our channel. Of course, if anyone else wants to have a Pokemon named after them in Ruby, you can ask in a donation, and we'll try to get it done.
We ask that all names please be something that won't get us demonetized, but you are allowed to make funny jokes and references like we make on this channel already. We'll be keeping a spreadsheet, and if multiple people want the same Pokemon nicknamed, highest donation will be the tiebreaker.
Again, everybody, this is for all Pokemon in Ruby, and it will not be randomized. So if you ask for a Pokemon, please ask for one that we would have a chance of catching. But moving back to this episode, we're all proud of you, Barack. You didn't throw the run, and you got over your simp era. Great job, bro.
Donald, don't fucking jinx it. He didn't finish this battle yet. Last thing we need is a disaster before we sign off.
Don't worry, Joe. It's all under control. Since Carrera got poisoned, I'm just going to bring in Money Pit to take care of business against Potosi and whatever else he has left. I will say it's a shame the trainers are so underleveled in Kanto, but hey, we take these dubs, boys.
I'm going to stay skeptical, but to change the topic, I feel like I should say something since I'm president. To all of our viewers out there in Florida, we know you're going through some tough times with these hurricanes, and all of us here are wishing the best for you and that you can recover quickly. Rest assured that Marjorie Taylor Greene is an absolute whack job, and unlike what she said, we are absolutely not controlling the weather.
Biden couldn't have said it better. You're all in our thoughts and prayers, and we hope this storm is nowhere near the strength that is predicted.
Well put, men. Just curious, since it's your episode next week, George, you have a real choice of what direction you take us. Will you be heading north to Cerulean City to battle Misty and tackle the power plant, or will you head south to take on Janine and the trainer gauntlet along the way?
I hadn't thought about it, to be honest with you. I forgot that I could go either way at this point. I think I'm going to take the week to think about it, weigh all the positives of each path, and we'll take it from there. Sound fair to you guys?
Please head north, George. If you do that, it would set Biden up to battle Brock, and I would get blamed. Give me the challenge of facing his level 50 and the tougher trainers along the way near the Seafoam Islands. I'm our man for the job.
I promise whatever decision I make won't be about who gets what battles, but instead what makes more sense and helps us out for the run. I'd say we should make that our comment question of the week, but I think we should use the question that Antimatter asked in his donation and have all of you tell us who you would pick as your starter if you could pick one from any region. Give us your answers in the comments below.
I'll slide you a 20 to sway your decision later, but as Obama wraps things up and renames Zubat, I'd like to thank all of you for coming by to watch another episode of this series. We love you all and can't wait to see you again next Thursday.
Shout out to our channel member Hector over on the Ko-fi side. And if you would like to join him and get mentioned at the end of every video, you can become a member by going to the link in the description of this video and making a monthly pledge. We are grateful for all of you and have a great week.
And of course, also in the description of this video is the link to join the best community Discord server for all of the best presidential AI content. We're about to hit 900 members, and we would really love to hit 1,000 before we finish Crystal. See you next week, everyone.
And as I put the finishing touches on this new nickname that is going to wrap things up today, everyone, we have picked up our 10th badge and we only have 6 to go. No matter what path George takes us next week, I believe it should end with a chance for our 11th badge, so make sure you're here same time, same place next Thursday. Have a great week, everyone. Sorry for everyone that prayed on my downfall today, but there will be an episode 27.
Know your story like I do. But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's chair captain and I'm on a bleacher, screaming out to date. Then we wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time.